started out here. As usual, gotta get my music on. A little bit too loud, that one. And make some announcements. Yes, I am back to my old setup. Well, old. Just simple, no overlay setup. Because I wanted to go green screen again. Because I do like that. So we'll stick with this a little bit. If I need to be a little bit brighter. Yeah. Well, is it too bright? This might be a little bit too bright. Maybe it's okay. This seems appropriate. What do you think? Either way, we're gonna get it done. Bunch of stuff that needs to be done. We are closing in on our combat system for our game Dread on Arrival. Hopefully the fan noise to cool myself down isn't too loud. Though I guess that means I need to turn off some of the redemptions, since when I go green screen, we can't do any of the LED stick changes and stuff like that. And I gotta make some announcement on Discord. Okay. See, I do have multiple Discord accounts. I didn't want to expose my art account. Okay, let's see. We got... Oof. Hold on, something feels uncentered. Do you ever get that feeling where it's like, oh my gosh, just like something feels off? I'm gonna tuck myself away into the corner here like that. All right. Sick. Stream viewers. Oh, not lab. Stream viewer. Live now. Yeah, a little earlier than planned. Let's see if we can do a little bit longer today. I do want to start hitting, at least 1 hour of stream every time. You know? And then, hopefully, we'll get that done. Friday morning. What is the likelihood? Kinexa says test worked. Yeah, exactly. I have to type something when I first start because that's what spawns the little berry folk for me. So I do that to get my berry folk out there. Oh, wow. You already redeemed your first two. Nice. Well, either way, obviously I feel like I need to start taking notes on how far I have done what, because I'm over here like, I don't really remember what we did. It's been a while. I know a lot of things are working. So there's one thing. One thing. Objective. Yes, we said we're going to do some objective here. We can move. This has some resistance there. I see. Okay. I do feel like, okay, so this is going to be a little bit tricky here. There's a sense of need to give visual and audio indicator for every single thing. So for example, even if I didn't read the tutorial, let's say I didn't read any tutorial, if I move into something and then it does like something and then it shows like missed, then you know that, oh, that was supposed to hit, right? I think that's kind of important. Being like, oh, it's supposed to hit. It's supposed to, oh, git commit node. I should be pushing this. I haven't pushed in a while. This is going to be a massive push. Not what I recommend for people. Okay. Also, for some reason, I'm feeling a little allergic this morning. I know why. I was petting the heck out of my cat this morning. So I'm going to really quickly mute myself and go blow my nose. this whole allergic reaction thing is like whatever it wants it to be. Hello, Apollo. Welcome. TGIF, indeed. Maybe that should be my stream notification. TGIF with as the dev. Boom. I don't think... How many people refer to me as the dev as opposed to developer Ezra? I don't think people even know that I'm as the dev in some accounts. It was a good name, I thought. But it didn't stick with me, at least. Kinexus says, make the damage number look like you're playing MapleStory. Well, it's been a while, so I actually don't remember what it looked like. Man. I remember when Cygnus Knight came out. That was the most exciting thing. And then after that, they came out with these like unique characters like Aran and like Evan or whatever. Those are really fun. Back in the day, MapleStory times. It got really crazy, I think, after a while. There's too many things going on. Numbers everywhere. Yeah, all right. Big numbers. Big outlined numbers. That could be fun. I'm sure people will love that. But we just need... I mean, the game feel is pretty important. I don't know how much that's going to impact the feeling of funness of the game. So for example, if I go... Because right now I think the asteroid is 50% chance to hit. Where when I get hit, the health goes down. So at least there needs to be a hit indicator and miss indicator, I think. So let's do a hit indicator for the combat pieces. Well, at least the ship piece. I think it's the combat piece, but we'll see. And we already have a flash one, so we can just change the flash color. So instead of move piece, let's see. There's a play resisted animation, right? And then shielded animation. So we're gonna do funk play damaged animation. And we're gonna use the flash tween as well. Only difference is that we're going to change the flash color. So we'll say, how about this? For now, we'll export resisted flash color, which will be color. Ooh, it's frozen. Oh no, am I about to crash? No, don't crash. Okay, whew. I didn't want to crash there. And then damaged flash color. Obviously, it's going to be red and yellow, but for now, I do want to be able to adjust it. Oh, it says ads in progress. I guess Kinexus is... Oh, that's right. Kinexus is Prime member. Welcome. Welcome, cool people. Kinexus says, when Aran came out, that was the last I played. It's too much now. Yeah, that was back in the day. Aran was kind of OP. There was a Twisted Jester farming back in the day. That was like... They made leveling a lot easier, I remember. And then I had to quit. There was too much going on. Too much chase. But I still do miss being able to play with friends and being like, oh yeah, I'm leveling up and stuff like that. That was fun time. No doubt. No doubt fun time. Let's see, we're gonna do... Honestly, I might actually do it on the top. This is a resisted. And then damage color. Let's do something like that. For the logic of animation, we're probably going to do the same thing as resisted. except we have to indicate which color we're using. The tween is changing the time here, which does this. Material set parameter. Another thing we're going to do here is before playing it, we're going to set the flash color. Right, that's what it's called, flash underscore color. Set that. Flash color to resisted flash color. And then for this one, we'll say flash color to damaged flash color. And play damage animation will play on take damage. Right. Easy. Very easy. So it's gonna take damage, play the animation. Potentially I could even shake the thing, but that could be a little bit advanced. Let's test it out, see if it breaks. Nika says, hey, we'll do finishing episode of roguelike card game tutorial in the future, like with some polishing and adding fancy effects. You know what? I can do that one. I don't know if you would prefer me keep going with the progress that we've made so far, or like a separate episode of doing things. So like I could do a tutorial for like adding shaders and effects for the cards and stuff like that in the context of roguelike deck builder, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like what we've been doing together, so you know how to apply it everywhere else. Maybe, yeah, eventually. I'm thinking about it. There are a few things I'm thinking about with the roguelike deck builder. The tutorial itself, I consider it done. Like that series itself, because all the major like mechanical pieces are there, but there are polishing pieces. So maybe we can have a separate series on polishing. And after that, I really wanted another episode that I wanted to do, or another tutorial thing. Not tutorial, another launch or release I wanted to do was similar to like my dialogue plugin. I wanted to make a template where this is a Slay the Spire deck builder on Godot, and all you have to do is change some images and code different abilities to make your own cards. Kind of like a modding tool, right? But except it's in Godot, so you can make it however you want. Though I don't know if that would be considered cheating. If you have something like that, and then you use that for, let's say, a game jam, would that be cheating? Will people care? Because technically you're just using tools available to you. So I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I took damage, but nothing happened there. I want to see... Let's see. See if this gets played. Okay, it does get played. It didn't really flash out, which is interesting. So we have this material, and then we're gonna say this one is using parent material. Yes. I wonder why. Is it because of this? Flash color is damaged flash color, which is this, yeah. I mean, I feel like it's playing it, but it's not really doing anything. Unfortunately. Let me do it one more time. Is RPG Maker cheating? True. Well, I don't know. Because RPG Maker, you still need to, like, do things. Okay, we're creating a tween self, and then we're changing the flash time between 0 to, or is going to 1 in 0.5 seconds. I guess it really depends on what value it's at. Yeah, something's not right. Oh, material's empty. Why is material considered empty? Interesting, okay. Hold on. Very interesting. Try this out. But yeah, lot of things in plan. This weekend I have some time, so I was gonna do a bunch of tutorial at the same time. And also, I decided that I'm not gonna do all of the fancy editing. In the beginning, I'm just gonna focus on information because I think people already kind of enjoy the way I explain things on the whiteboard style still. So it's not about the editing, it's about me talking and explaining these things anyways. So I'm gonna kind of speed run some of the tutorials. I plan on making state machine 1 and then state machine alternatives. And then I definitely want to do that template thing that I was talking about. And then finish out my dungeon generator one. So I have recorded the introduction for the corridor connection one, which is interesting, by the way. So that one needs to be recorded. After that, I have to do the wave function collapse generation, etc., etc. So Isho says Joji of game dev. Oh, thanks. Is that a compliment? I haven't gone to a singer-songwriting yet. Also, I don't wear nearly enough, what do you call, morph suit. If only I had the same type of following. That'd be sick. But it seems when it comes down here, it's not playing this part, which, I mean, it shouldn't really matter. But it does. Let me see. Yeah, it's never coming down here. Why? I wonder why it thinks the material is... No, it's not null. It does exist. But it's not going in here. Why? Hold on. Is it because of the indentation? How wrong the indentation was? I think so, potentially. Nika says, what kind of games do you personally play? Right now, I've been enjoying Ghost of Yotei a lot, but usually I don't like 3D games. Like a high fidelity 3D games. Because I just have bad experience of like games, AAA games that were, well, that focuses on like being realistic, for example. Like it's taking itself a little bit too serious. Plus, they're, for the most part, I felt like they never focused on the gameplay aspect because they spend so much money and time on making the visual aspect approachable to most people. So for me, I like the flavor and uniqueness of like 2D games. But I am playing Ghost of Yotei and it's fun. And that's what I'm enjoying. But I do enjoy range of game genre. I grew up playing a lot of competitive games with friends, so I am really like, I really love playing competitive games. I don't know why it's skipping that. Like, it's not getting in here, which is kind of annoying. I wonder why it's doing that. Like, material is not empty, so I don't know why it's like skipping that part. Like Silk Song, right? That's a platformer, Metroidvania, Hollow Knight, all the indie games I play by default. Like, but growing up, I really loved JRPG, so I do like just JRPG / RPG in general. So Baldur's Gate 3 was really fun as a classic RPG. But I'm not really picky as long as the game's good. But I want the games to have very strong direction and flavor. Nika says, seems like a League enjoyer back in the day. Yes. But before that, I was a Brood War enjoyer. StarCraft Brood War. Played Dota on Warcraft 3. That was a lot of my game. And with friends, we were just talking about it earlier. We were with friend. I played a lot of Maple Story. And then of course, I don't know if you guys remember when Dota was expanding into a separate game. I didn't actually hop onto League immediately when it first released, because it felt like oh, League is just like a Dota wannabe. So I didn't really play it, but I did play Han, play League, Counter-Strike, and then I got a Fleeg, obviously, because I was like, I'm tired of this. So I play a lot of Valorant. So right now, my competitive game is Marvel Rivals. It's hard for me to put it down because I practice. So at least for like first-person shooter, I practice shooting so much that I'm kind of good at it now. So it feels like if I lay off it too much, I'm losing my skill, even though it doesn't really help doing anything. So there's that. But I've been trying to enjoy a lot of more slower paced games. Who cares says, howdy, howdy. Been a while. How have you been doing? A new hairdo? Is it a new hairdo? Perhaps. It's just longer. And I guess I'm zoomed in, so it's not exactly new. It's grown out. It's harder to manage. But yeah. Minecraft. I play a lot of Minecraft, actually, with my friends. Okay, well, anyways, I'm going to keep continuing to debug this right now. So here's a mystery. I have this thing, play damage animation. And when I trigger it, like material, it thinks the material doesn't exist. I guess it doesn't exist for the bullets. Perhaps what I need to do... Here, hold on. I got it. I'm actually going to assign this material. Everywhere. So we'll copy this. And then paste it over here. Paste as unique. Select resource to make unique. All of it. And then we'll do this as local to scene. So it'll be applied. And for the asteroid, I'm going to have all of this use parental. And maybe also the missile. Missile doesn't need indicator. Conic says, oh, hey, I like your shirt. Thanks. Appreciate it. I guess I'm dressed in layers, which is, I guess, for our standard, fancier. I am ready for a date. That's what I look like, right? Okay. All right, we move into this place. Nothing happens. Move into the... Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's... I mean, look. That's good. So the asteroid took damage and it flashed in and out. I need that to be a little bit more dramatic, right? I need it to be like faster. It made sense for resisted, but for getting damaged, it needs to go quick. So, let's see. We're gonna adjust that tween real quick, and we'll do it like 3 times maybe. So we'll go. So we'll go 105. No break. And do it 3 times. Like so. And then the ship wasn't getting any damage. Because I had a separate logic for player ship, because player ship doesn't get direct damage applied to it, which I guess hindsight I should have changed that. But alas, that's where we're at. We come over here. Go to where the player's ship is getting damaged here. Also, not only my shirt, by the way, Conic. I think what you guys are noticing is the fact that my face is a lot bigger on the screen now. When I do green screen, it allows me to have like a huge camera. You know what? You know what? Okay, this is what all the popular streamer does, right? This is perfect, right? this is the kind of development. Yeah, there you go. All right, everyone. Now we're streaming. This is how we do it, right? This is how we get attention. No? All right, everyone. Here's a code. It's kind of annoying. I'm sure it's hiding some crucial aspect that is still too small. Yeah, hold on. I got it. Ready? Ready for this? Now this. Now we're cooking. Hello, everyone. All right. I can actually look at my code. I can just stare at the code. This is it. I think this line. It's like we're kind of like, what do you call? All right, I'm gonna do a big face for a little bit because it's kind of fun. It's like a little meme, maybe like that. You won't be able to see any of the properties that I change. There you go. Now this is pod racing. Okay, so if the ship is a player, we do handle player ship damage. And basically, this is shielded here. This is where the ship damage actually gets applied, I think. Right? Because the station loses health. So I think we do want to play the player ship's damage indicator. Play... What is it? Damaged animation? Or damaging? I don't know. I don't remember all the... Yeah, damaged. So we're going to do that. But this is not for... This is for receiving damage. What about when I'm running into things? Is that also handled here? Oh, I guess so. Huh. Okay. Hey, look. I made it so that I don't have to multi-code. This is great. Test Ezra knew kind of what he was doing, apparently. There you go. A little bit of indicator. Oh. That time, the animation didn't play. Because it's two different things. Getting damaged and getting destroyed is considered two different things. Hindsight, maybe that's not so good. But technically it's not, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. That being a two different thing is, I've done much worse things before. Handle player ship damage. There you go. So on destruction, I mean, I guess technically I want to play a destroyed animation. All right, let's try that. Okay. We're gonna move in. All right, seems like it's safe here. There you go. Yeah. What just took damage? It's also kind of hard to tell if things are getting damaged or not. Is it just me, or are you guys also having a hard time being able to tell what's what? Okay. Well, duck out of the way. So if you look over here, this one took damage. Yeah, hold on. Let me turn off the So this one took damage. Between this and this, can you tell that it's empty? It's hard to tell, right? Okay. I guess it's a little bit annoying that I have to do that. Oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. Just a sec. Wait. The cats were being naughty. Okay. Let's see. So they flash to indicate damage. It's hard to tell if the health bar has reduced or not. Gonna have to worry about that one. I wonder if there's easier way to... This doesn't look that good. I need it to look better. I'm thinking. You know what? I'm gonna make the frame... Alright, so I made a destroyed version of the frame. I think I need to make a damaged version of the frame so that, like, just visually on a snapshot, I should be able to see what happened. Also, maybe I flash the icon of the station that got damaged, maybe? Okay. So, hi, Cooley. Welcome to the big-faced stream. Why are you so big on the screen? Because that's what this stream is about. This stream is about my big face. No, I was just trying it to see if it has any impact on the thumbnail. Because, you know, like when people are scrolling or just kind of stopping by, sometimes I do think that the being able to see the streamer does capture attention. So I want to see how many people are just stopping in just because face, you know. But at the same time, I don't want to cover too much of the screen, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll be less comically large. We'll do less of the comically large bit. Here we are. A little better, right? Okay. UI. I think it was under images. I have so many folders on this already. And then I think it was space map. Somewhere in here. Gotta find this. Broken. We already have a broken version. So between this and this, I think we need to make a damaged version, right? So I think same thing. I think we still want to have a color difference. Make it a little bit paler. But also mark in maybe like not completely open, but just show cracks, right? So we want to see like, oops, like that. Maybe chipped away a little bit, but not completely exposed to the elements. And then some variations of the line, like so. Yeah. And of course, we gotta do some highlighting here to indicate that this is indeed a crack. A crack? Cracks. Okay. Like so. You can see it right here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think that's enough here. There you go. Yeah. Looks like it's damaged, I think. Showing cracks in the system, and then it gets completely destroyed here. Cool. So this will be saved as space map frame damaged. And that will create the separate style box for the frame itself. So we have combat, the station, UI. Is it not on UI? I feel like it should be under UI, but I guess not. Broken. Oh. Yalv says, hey, how you doing? Hello, Yalv. Doing well. We're just making our changes. Cooley says, I made the switch to Linux this week as my PC can't upgrade to Windows 11. Has been interesting so far. Oh, changing an OS. I mean, like, OS itself is not the problem. I think the change is always a little bit difficult to manage. I'm sure that's a lot. Yalvis, what are you working on today? We're trying to finish out the combat system for our game Dread on Arrival. We're just kind of going through it, play testing it, and every time I notice something, I'm making changes there. Most importantly, though, I do need to make a game over and victory screen, or at least like victory and game over objectives, so that people can actually have a goal of playing, as opposed to just kind of like moving things around without any particular goal. So yeah. Okay, so we have station panel right here. And then the info panel is right here. So we're going to say, make a duplicate version of this. Call it damaged. And then for damaged version, we're just going to simply replace the image with this, I think. And over here, we'll make constant call station info panel damaged. Reload that real quick. Oops. Guess I should do it this way. With the UUID there. And for this, we're doing update destroyed render. We just do it this way. If it is destroyed, we set this up. I mean, this is just like, is it destroyed or not? Otherwise, we'll say elif health, current health is less than max. Then we're going to say it's damaged. Info damaged. Otherwise, it'll be normal. Panel. Normal. And I suppose this should also be handled when current health gets changed, right? So update display here. It's getting called after all that. Well, at least for the health part, we'll call this real quick. Hopefully that'll do what it needs to do. Yelf says, all right, cool. Exactly. It is pretty cool. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. Let's see. Standard combat. I'm going to close as much app as possible as I go. All right. I move into it. Navigation is targeted. Okay. I avoided damage. I don't know what the missing. Okay. The asteroid got hit there. Okay. Indicator is pretty good. Indicator is pretty good. Okay. Asteroid is getting hit. Let's see if it takes the missile. Okay, that's good. That's good. It's doing what it's supposed to. All right. A little bit damaged here. Not quite destroyed just yet, but it's damaged. Sick. So I can kind of tell what's going on. Still a little bit confusing. Turn indicator. I think there needs to be a turn indicator because sometimes when the enemy doesn't do anything, it's kind of hard to tell what's happening. Though I do feel like maybe the enemy should move every turn or do something every turn. Like there should be a cursor that's highlighting who's going right now and then move on to the next one. So that the players can see immediately what is happening as opposed to just being like, oh, guessing what's going on. Okay, so we can move. We still don't have repair. I guess I should probably do remote repair action as well. And that's probably similar to how we do shielding, right? Because we can shield, we can target, we can cancel, target like that. So the repair station, I think, would... But I don't know if the repair should be immediate, like a turn-based, or if it should be over turn. I'm thinking. If you do repair action, maybe it just repairs 1 health. So if it is destroyed, it becomes damaged. If it's damaged, then it gains 1 health until it becomes full when you click repair. I also want to do repair action that is not remote. So you should be able to also repair stations when you're in the station, I think. Like you don't have to be on the mechanical bay. The benefit of the mechanical bay is that you can repair any station from this one location. So you don't have to expose yourself to the danger of the damage, or the crew doesn't have to. So there might be still a use case for it. So I'm going to call that for now. So let's do another node. Call this repair action, which is just normal repair action. We'll attach the script. And oh, I don't know if I saved it on the right folder for this one though. Combat action, I think. Repair action needs to be under this. And just like everything else, it extends combat action. And because of that, it's going to yell at me because it's abstract. It's going to say, hey, give me all the implementation for all the abstract classes. So I'll say, okay, well, I'll implement these 3. Should show action bar. And then implement the reason for availability, and then implement what happens when you execute it. All right. Then we need to give this implementation name. When does it show up on the action bar? Action bar, it shows up on the action bar if the station is damaged or destroyed. I think that's pretty simple. So it's the same thing as power on, because it checks the power of the station that it's on. So it'll go like this. And instead of checking the power, we're going to check if the current health is less than max health, then show up. Denimal says, who are you people? Hey, Denimal. Wow. Welcome, welcome. We are people. I think a lot of people have switched over. Yeah, no, it's okay. No, it says, sorry, been a while. No, I mean, there's some older folks. Older folks is kind of relative, I guess. Older people who's been here a while. But yeah, good to see you again. We're trying to finish our game. Coley says, Denimal is on YouTube. The Betrayal. Yeah. Yeah, I also, for a moment, I was like, huh? I don't remember seeing Denimal on YouTube. Also, how do you know Cooley, how do you know Denimal? I don't think you were, at least when Denimal was on my stream, Cooley, you weren't here, I think. So I guess everybody just kind of, people who watch developers stream. Oh, you were? Have you been around that long? Jeez. I mean, I guess you are a mod. You have been that long. You know, sometimes it's hard to tell how long it's been. Apparently, yeah. Anyways, it's always available, I think. If it shows up, it's available, I think. And it costs action. We said it's going to cost 1 action. It's going to be called Repair. And then we're going to provide a combat signal bus like normal. Doesn't require grid target, so it doesn't do anything. Not really sure what this is for. Cooley says, I was here before you, Ezra. Wait, here on my stream before me? You watched my stream before I started streaming? Wow. Magical. Unless you mean just being on Twitch, which, I mean, it's whatever. Demo says, Cooley, I'm sorry. Never meant to betray you. Wow, so serious out here. Okay. What does repair action do? Obviously, it heals. I think, though, it's not just healing. I think it probably should update some states here. What we're going to do is if the station is destroyed, then we simply make it so that station is no longer destroyed or false, right? If it is not destroyed, and then, oh, you know what? It just means it's not destroyed. And we already had an indication eligibility check for our health, so we don't have to worry about anything else. We just increment the health by 1, I think. Let's test this out. I mean, is it just as simple as that? Dude, I would be so impressed if that's all I have to do for adding a new action. Impressed by who? Impressed by me. Because, I mean, I made a system where adding new action is just an easy thing. I think I deserve a little pat on the back. Okay. So I come over here and say, hey, repair is available. I click repair. It's healed and it's fine now. Nice. Obviously, visual indicator will be nice for that one. Okay, I'm gonna get a station destroyed real quick. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, this is what happens. Hey, Denimal, thanks for the...
I never stopped subbing lol. What the wife doesn't know doesn't hurt her.
Thanks. I didn't know there was hold on. Is there auto resub? Well, thanks for the sub. 5 months. I never stopped subbing. That's kind of funny. Wait, how does that even work? Well, I appreciate it. Well, either way, you're one of the few. You're one of the few who's been supporting me. I say there are about... I can afford to have 10 cups of coffee a month thanks to all the people who are subbing. No, it's a little more than that, but obviously, it's great. Cooley says Twitch has auto pay for subs if you want to auto sub for people. Oh, I see. Well, that's nice. Nice and not nice. I don't know. Either or. I mean, it's good for me. Okay, what I did do here, though, I need to say action finished. action finished and emit that. Don't forget to do that. So that'll do. I gotta test destruction. Man, now after this, I think Freddy needs to. So Freddy, our musician, should be able to start making some sound effects. I mean, I could put it together, but I don't know if it's clear or not. Okay, it's destroyed now. We can repair it. So it's functional. Then repair. Okay, cool. All right, next thing. What I think, if, all right, I think I'm gonna do one more thing for destruction. So right now the bar is yellow, indicating that it's flowing. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna gray it out, or like make it red if it is destroyed, meaning the whole station is non-functional. Just like we do with the O2 bar. So if we look at the station panel and we say, hey, the O2 bar, when we turn off the color, we'll have this on the destruction check, destroy render. When things are destroyed, we're going to say the health progress bar will have this tint. I guess I could do it on the top here, like so. Cool. I think. Dental says I should probably check my subs. Wonder how many people I'm throwing money at. I'll be out of work in 3 weeks in November. Might be a good time to throw myself into game dev and see what I can learn. Yeah, I think that'll be sick. Get your game dev on. Get your game. Get your game dev on. Hey, hold on. What the heck? Why is everything red? Here we are. It says white if it's destroyed. Okay, other way around. Okay, that should fix it, I think. Let's see. There you go. Turn conserving power here. There you go. Okay. This is still active. All right, so there's some sense of indicator here. It might still be a little bit confusing to see the health is low. And then it's still functional, but then all of a sudden if it gets destroyed, it's not functional. So this is destroyed. I think I need to have a lettering that says destroyed and critical. So instead of it just being color, I think I'm gonna add some status lettering. So over here, we'll add a label, which is status, and I'll say normal. I guess we'll do container sizing, shrink here. Oh, margin control. There you go. This one is a little bit too fat. We'll have to make this. Right now it's 23, so I'll just do minus 23 on that for the margin. I don't know if it should say status. Normal. Feels a little long, so I'll say normal. Operational, normal. Let's see. Holy says, ooh, got any plans for our game? Make everything red, says Alvi Doodle. Everything red? You know what's funny about that? I mean, I have red, I think, color deficiency, that I see red less intensely, apparently. Though it's kind of weird, because when things are really red, they glow fluorescent to me. Like, they look fluorescent. So I feel like I see something. So I don't know. Daniel says, I'll be having major surgery, so probably won't have much ability to do it the first week, but maybe the last 2 weeks. Oh, wow. Well, I hope you're okay. Major surgery. I hope it goes well. Yeah. Daniel says, maybe something with simple mechanics for my first game, like maybe a small horror game where the mechanics are just staying out of sight of AI monster. That, honestly, simple mechanic is the best. Because simple mechanic is easy to understand, easy to have fun with, yet it's like, it can get really complicated, right? I mean, hide and seek. Everybody plays that, and it's always forever fun. Kids love playing that, right? So that does sound fun. Daniel says, I'm a C# developer, so might end up doing Godot with C#, but I do also have experience with Python, so GTScript might not be too hard. Yeah, I mean, if you're used to, depending on what operating system you have, well, you're used to working with. But yeah, that's awesome. Well, congrats on everything, I guess. Okay, so over here, if it is destroyed, we're going to say the status will say destroyed. Nothing crazy, honestly. Okay. Destroyed. And then I would say if a current health is at 0, the status will say critical, else damaged. Though I don't know if people will be like, oh, does damaged means that something's not not operational, but maybe that's not what people will understand, glean out of that. We'll see. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Standard combat. Everything is in normal state. All right. At a glance, this seems okay. We're going to keep moving on here. Oh, I just got damaged. This is at critical condition, meaning it's going to get destroyed, but not destroyed. Now it's destroyed. Wow, it's staying on shield. I think that's the first time seeing that. Well, having 3 actions, I feel like it's really easy to not die in this game, because you can always fix things, right? Am I crazy in thinking that? Like you could, or is it because I understand the game that it feels easy? So I'll come over here, like, just repair it. Like, what's the deal with that, you know? It's not that great, or it's not that hard. There you go, see? Easy. I mean, I guess the first level being this easy is not a bad idea. The part of me wants to be like, okay, well, technically, having 3 crew member to start seems a little bit OP. Like, you wouldn't have that normally. So, and I'll move here. Cancel that out. Cancel that out. And then, yes. Okay, that's it. Nice. Remote repair probably is the same thing. I think to start, I might not even have the repair station. Because repair station seems a little bit like an extra thing. Like if you get more strategic, I think it's something that you might want to upgrade to. Denmal says they got to cut out part of my stomach and basically give me a bypass. Ooh. Thanks for the good vibe. I see. I think I've seen that kind of surgery before. I do believe that, like, the surgery technically, they say it's pretty straightforward surgery with a very small chance of complication. But yeah, sending good vibes. Denmal says, really liking this game. I'll have to go binge watch your pest streams while I work next week. Well, it's available, so thanks for doing that. Thanks for the support again. Hopefully you'll have plenty of time and chance. But we have 4.5 now. Godot 4.5. It's great. GDScript is great. Abstract classes have been implemented. Things are looking pretty good out here. You don't really have to go C# unless you really, really love doing unit testing. If you really, really love doing unit testing on your code without the visual, then, you know, GDScript doesn't quite have that kind of system that allows you to do that. Yeah. But yeah, thanks. I'm glad that you think that it's looking pretty nice. I'm going to implement the remote repair action real quick first. This is going to be hard, actually. So execution is probably similar to the shield action, where the first thing it's going to do is look for a targeting. So remote repair on execute. We have this. We're going to connect some stuff. Shield here. Clean up. We'll do all this. Just copying and pasting. And then let's see the combat state here. Denmal says, Holy, do you actually draw? Lol, do you have your art anywhere? Wait. When did Cooley say anything about art? Ram, you need to get more berries. Plant some seeds. Cooley says, I used to many moons ago, but I don't think I have them online anywhere anymore. Oh, I see. So you must be judging me every time I do some drawing. My amateur ass drawing. Though I would say I need to make a commission sheet because I got another commission. Of course, I'm not nearly getting paid enough for it, but it's a good practice. So I have another commission that I'm working on right now. I just sent this for confirmation. Oh, so by the way, if you want to have me commission some character art, you can hire me. At least get something out of it. Just an FYI. If you're watching out there and you're like, I want you to commission something. So, well, these were all commissions. Some weird compositions. This one was the weirdest one that I had to do. I'm like, oh, okay. It's like an action scene. And they make the person who requested it does webtoon, and these are two characters that are in the webtoon, and then they fight with their feet. And this was like the one that they wanted. So I was like, okay. So I did it, but this was like a posture that I'm like, I don't know if this is something that people do normally. Yeah, that's kind of stuff. I do over render, I think. Guess how much I charge for this one? Oh yeah, Cooley draws. That's right. Dennis says going off of his name. I see. That makes sense. Dennis says, "Hey, I don't kink shame." Yeah, exactly. They did enjoy the fact that I gave absolute cake for this. But how much did I charge? Because I was like, oh, 2 characters, full coloring. I'm not gonna like go overboard. No backgrounds, nothing crazy. So I won't charge too much. So I think I charged like $30 for this. I charged $30 for this, I think. And I was like, oh, it's the amount of time it takes. Oof. Yeah. Nah. I was like, I changed my pricing sheet. Yeah, no, I changed it. 'Cause, 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 That's really low. Yeah, I know. But I mean, I was thinking that I'm like just starting out, so like I wouldn't get any. Okay, this one is obviously bad, like compositionally or like the anatomically, because it's supposed to be like a young kid, and so it's like I'm getting better. I'm getting a practice. This was another one. I charged $15 for this one. Also pretty low, I think. I think this one was $15 as well. But this time I was like, okay, I'm readjusting it. Still bad. Full color. I'm working on this one. Some Halloween special, apparently, for their characters. So I just sent this as like a tester and like, hey, what do you think about this? And they gave a little bit of instruction on how to change some of the thing for their own use. That one I'm finally charging like $40. But still too low, I think. We'll get there though. Don't want to be too high where nobody can, afford me. But the amount of hours I've spent doing this, I think, is only fair to do a little bit more. Okay. Anyways, you guys are on ads, except Denimal, because Denimal's cool like